In terms of our self-defense capacity, our feet act as our anchors. It acts as our roots. And our shoes, depending on the kind of shoes we wear, can either add or take away from our roots slash anchorage in terms of our feet. And this is as it relates to our capacity to move our body specific for our self-defense. When you consider that shoes, based on the shape of it, can alter negatively our functional capacity to run fast or to change direction quickly, then in that respect, what it is that you have to understand is that you are giving up your strength to be able to protect yourself. As you observe this image, you should see that there exist different styles of shoes that women can wear. I believe that this is not fully exclusive or a full representation of all, but generally we should have an understanding. We see that there exists sandals or the thong that goes in between the big toe and the second big toe. We can see shoes that resemble a gladiator. We can see what appears to be wedges, and there are other forms of sandals. From a functional point of view, not all of these shoes are beneficial for you. And I speak of it in the context of you being able to run fast, change direction quickly, and even to be able to generate power to strike or to fight back if needs be. All right. If you think about the thong, if you just think about trying to run fast with this kind of footwear, it is likely that as you basically try and generate that force, so your foot makes back contact with the floor, that it can be extremely uncomfortable in terms of that thumb area pressuring in between the toe, the big toe that is, and the middle toe. And in essence, that basically can impact negatively your full speed potential. Gladiator appears to be most functional because, as you can see, those strappings over the foot itself provides a degree of anchorage of the footwear on the foot. And its flat base means, therefore, that you have great level in that respect. And as such, you should have better capacity of having stability as well as propulsion with your running. All right. If you look at other makeup of the slippers and you can see that the heel is exposed, then in that respect, you should expect that the heel is lifting when you are running. Or if it's a case that you are changing direction, the heel will also shift much more without that support of the heel itself. So in that respect, again, your capacity to run fast and your capacity to maintain foot control with change in motion is going to be severely hampered. This is just that basic insight for you to have an understanding about how important it is for you to consider your footwear whenever it's a case that you are going to go about your daily business. As ladies, I know you have on the back of your mind to look good, but you have to also take into consideration that there is a trade-off. If you're going to consider footwear adding to your looks, it should also be a context that you are considering that if something is to go wrong, it should not be somewhat of a takeaway from your capacity to protect you.